And welcome back, Crypto Hulk. We're going over Codius today. That is the magic. Codius is what runs everything. You have your ledger, you have your cryptos that are used, you have the smart contracts that tell the cryptos what to do, you have the oracles that tell the smart contracts what to do. At the very top, you have these smart oracles. Now, we're utilizing artificial intelligence more and more each day. That's going to help this process run even more advanced. I want you guys to see all this. What we're going to get into what is Codius. It's something that's been around for at least 9 years. What I want you to know, and I've been showing you evidence of all of this daily when I make these videos, is that Ripple's liquidity hub, it's already done. It's been done for like damn near 10 years. Okay. I've showed you with Ripple Singapore when I did that one article. I can't find the exact one. It's in my video section somewhere where they say they're done with Codius. They've used it already. That's 2013, 14. It's done. Done, 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 done. Okay. Smart contracts with, let's say, Ripple. That's been done 10 years ago. Offline transactions done 10 years ago. I'm going to show proof of it tonight. Like everything that we're finding out now, it's not a surprise to me. It's like, what took you so long to admit it? Okay, that's what we do on this show. We are advanced of the news that comes out of the Ripple camp, all right? When I just showed you yesterday, Ripple has since 2013 had gold, silver, cryptos, a vault in Singapore, something called Ripple Singapore. They had a debit card where you could buy stuff with your account in the Ripple, let's call it exchange, Ripple Trade, whatever you want to call it. They have something called Ripple Trade, which is just what I'm talking about. Then you throw in the evidence that I showed you where they had commodities, securities. We now know they also had probably derivatives. Look, all the money, it's already done. The other channels have no idea because all they talk about is the daily news. Because you know what? That's what brings views. So you have to look at the intent of the person that makes a channel. What's the intent? If my intent is just to get numbers only and not teach, which is what my channel does, teach you what the future is going to hold. What I do for numbers, if I want to do it, I'm just showing you the game on YouTube and however you want to play it. I mean, however you want to play it's up to you. But to go with just views, you have to just read daily news and hit the highlights and kind of like make it larger than life. You got to go with chart analysis stuff. Start showing where the charts are showing this and that, and rocket ships, and just talk a lot about daily. What is going on today? That's how a channel's set up to get views. Now, I'll bring up some daily news, of course. I got to keep up on, but I have to decide what's important and what's hype, right? Because the other channels just have to keep reporting what sounds hype because you got to get views. You got to make your sponsors happy, right? So if you're not pulling in numbers, then their sponsors go away. All sponsors care about is numbers, numbers, numbers. On my channel set up differently, I got to teach you stuff to prepare you for what's to come. I need to use evidence-based programs to show you where things came from, what's really going on right now, and what's going to happen in the future so that you're well prepared and well positioned. That's how this channel's set. And I'm breaking it down for new people. So you see that. So I'm telling you that like before the show starts today, kind of like for new people, because I get new people here all the time. So I'm just letting you see how the channel's set up. So here we go. We got GO. MKP showed up. Definitely I'm lying today. Yeah, Crypto She-Hulk's here. Not a zip. And XRP Shaman. Let's see. Kurt Scott made it. Syrian Marshall. Hi, Hulk. And She-Hulk had to catch up. 2 a.m. 1970s legend. I could use that. Was that cup of coffee right now? Darn it, I don't have my energy drink along my side. Syrian Marshall, thank you for that donation to the channel. Greatly appreciate that. Can't stay for the whole show. We'll watch the rest later. I'll be here for about another 15 minutes. 1970s legend gave 5 people memberships. Let's see. Silky Brown, Victoria, Robert Santana, Grant, Vesa Lukanen. You're all members now. On occasion, I'll open up phone lines. But welcome to this channel. There's a lot to learn in this channel, but we're going to learn it real fast. It's what we do. It's a learning channel. If you don't have more than 5 or 10 minutes, this is not the channel for you. If you want to know exactly what's going on in the crypto space and why all this is happening and so forth, this is a great channel to be on for that, because it's strictly an educational channel. Robert Driscoll. Glad I found the Hulk channel. Thank you for that donation, Robert. Appreciate it there, buddy. Hammer Down Driver. Good morning, champ. Thank you for that. Miss Lilith, I appreciate your work. Pedro Miguel Santos Salsa. All right. If you go to YouTube and you look at my page and you go to videos, I just made 3 short videos for my show that I'm about to start right now. Let me, I'm going to start with the information right now. I got to make 2 more short videos. What I'm going to do is this. I'm going to start, we're going to go video 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to make 2 more short videos. And that will be the basis for this morning's show. 12 hours from now, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about what is Codius right now. I'm going to talk, it's like the basics, ABCs, 1, 2, 3s. I'm not getting into any kind of depth on what it is. Codius is where everything gets put together. It's an implementation for smart contracts and smart oracles. Basically, it gets everything running. It helps one platform communicate to another. It helps facilitate action. It's like the brains. It's like the brains. And then as we start utilizing artificial intelligence into this, man. So imagine you have a crypto, and then but you want a crypto to be sent to somebody on certain conditions, and you want it to happen on a certain day of the week or whatever, then, but it also has to talk to maybe a different crypto on a different platform stuff. So this is where Codius comes in to make everything work. I mean, you can have a crypto, you can have a ledger and cryptos, okay, but then they're just going to sit there and not do a damn thing, right? This is the difference between Ripple and every other crypto and ledger and wherever on the planet. Ripple has the brains that's going to run the world. That's what we're talking about here with smart oracles running everything, communicating with other platforms and stuff and facilitating movement. Like it's the brains, it's the life of, let's say, crypto, it's the life of the future, the court systems, auctions, escrow, stock market, everything. It runs everything. We're going to get into it a little bit. We're going to touch on what is Codius. It's a project that's already been done like 8 or 10 years ago. All the other crypto channels don't really have an idea on what Codius is. They might have heard of it. They might have heard, yeah, it's some kind of a program that Ripple stopped. Well, technically, yes. It was a program that they started and that they completed, and it's done. And then it's kept on a kind of a deal. That's what all this is. When Ripple announced last year, oh, Ripple has offline contracts, people are like, whoa, that shit was done like 10 years ago. When Ripple announced, oh, we got smart contracts, everybody went, whoa, and the price of XRP went up, and then it kind of went down. Whoa, whoa, whoa. See, all this shit's hype. That's why I'm saying all these channels are hype. Unless they're teaching you facts and basics like me, they're hype. That's what I told you. We got to read off. We got to keep going. We got 10, 15 minutes. I got to keep the news stories going. Bam, 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 like that. Join my class. Join this group. It's incredible. We're going to have a live stream this weekend. I'm going to show you all this stuff. Da-da-da. Buy the gold card and everything. Get the art paintings just in case. It's a little hedge. I call it a little hedge. See, all this dumb shit that goes on YouTube, we don't do this here on this channel. We talk about reality. All right? When all the other channels are pumping up stuff, oh, yeah, smart contracts, woohoo, go Ripple, let's all go to Las Vegas and have a party. Like, for what, a government agency? You're going to have a party for a government agency. Do you realize how fucking stupid that is? Like, because, see, they don't understand. It's like little kids, like they, want to go to a Christmas party and see Santa and shit. They don't realize Santa's some guy that gets paid by a temp agency. And he's making whatever, a couple $100 a day to try to pretend to be Santa. And you're one of those little kids in Las Vegas jumping up and down for Ripple when it's that old fat guy who gets paid like $200 to show up at a Christmas party. That's what you're doing. It's embarrassing. But yeah, so everybody go to my videos section, go to YouTube, go to my page where it says videos, click on it. Find the video that says video 1, June 27th, 2023 show. That's where we're going to go after right now. Let me check some comments and then we'll start in on the show. Greatly appreciate your work. Good morning. Codius was on Kendra Hill's list. See, people talk about these mythical different people. I'm not putting anybody down. I'm just saying, I don't follow Kendra Hill. I've heard of her a couple of years ago, or whoever this person is. What Crypto Hulk does is they speak about stuff, and you know what I do? I dig deep and show you stuff. So what I choose to do is follow my show because I don't have to show hand signals like Elon. I don't watch little cartoons that people draw and you got to fill in what's going on and all that dumb fucking shit. Okay, all that is hype stuff. Like I told you, this is the anti-crypto channel, all right? I show you facts. I do research. I find stuff. We're talking about Codius. I don't need to do a little anonymous manifesto, call my name, John Q. Public, and draw little pictures or tell you cute little things to look for and da-da-da-da, and use gematria and talk about aliens and shit, okay, and time machines and so forth. Hey, if you want to do that, do it. Look, I'm just saying that's not on this program, okay? When I speak on something, I speak on it with authority because I have facts. That's how I run shit. When I used to work in court services, for the state Supreme Court. I just don't show up and go, Your Honor, and here's this picture. Figure out what it is. I mean, I don't do that fucking shit. All right. That's for children. And that's for entertainment value. All right. Eric Goldsmith, thank you for your donation there, buddy. We love your lies, Hulk. Thank you very much. So let's go into this. What do we got here? Codius. Ta-da! Where smart programs live. This is the Codius website, by the way. Some of the things on this website I can click on and they still work after, 10 years, roughly. It's only been around that long. Back in the day, this article was 2015. So we're talking 8.5, 9 years ago. All right. Fair warning, Codius is in beta. Expect dragons. That's the warning on the page that the developers had. This was a website that was freely open to the public back in the old days. What is Codius? Here we go. Codius is an open hosting protocol. That's what it is. It makes it very easy to upload a program, whether you want to run on one host or thousands. It also has built-in billing. That means once a program is uploaded, anyone can pay to keep it running. The author, the users, and even the program itself. Next, it shows peer-to-peer hosting. There are many ways to host reliable services, but they all require constant maintenance, and then abandoned projects die. Codius lets you turn your service into a peer-to-peer network. Codius lets you turn your service into a peer-to-peer network, meaning I send you something, and then you send me back something, right? That's what this was designed for. That means as long as there is one person out there using it, it'll keep running and it'll never be down. Now, if I click on the Learn More section for peer-to-peer hosting, let's see what pops up. I'm not going to show this for you guys because it's just too much for me to go back and forth. Then it shows standardized cloud housing, which will be our next slide. So I'm not going to get into that just yet. Now on the central thing here, it shows decentralized apps. And it says, it's great that we have decentralized currencies like Bitcoin. But right now, you have to choose between centralized, user-friendly, and decentralized and annoying wallets. With Codius, you get the best of both worlds. Now, when I click on decentralized apps, I come up with okay, so that's the third slide, so we're not going to mess with that one. Next, it shows smart contracts. When two people transact, they could write the terms of their transactions into code, but neither of them might trust the other to run it. Codius allows a third party to run it and attest to the integrity of the exact code it received. So, what we got down below, it shows features. What are the features of Codius? Number one, it shows incredibly fast. Codius runs at close to native speeds. Next, it talks about built-in payments. Codius contracts can pay each other using a built-in micro-payment system. Remember how David Schwartz a long time ago talked about micro-payments and all this stuff and how the future is going to use them? You know how he can speak on all that? Because they've already done Codius. It's done. That's how he can say that, right? Now, he's not going to tell you Codius is all done and we're just waiting for the green light. He's not going to say that because he's under a non-disclosure agreement. He can't tell you certain things. I can tell you certain things, and I always do because I find the information. So when David Schwartz and these other people at Ripple start talking about, and in the future we will have smart contracts. You know how they know? Because they've already done it. Codius is already done since like 2015. That's why they speak on micropayments. That's why David Schwartz in the past has talked about in the future we will have. I can see micropayments being used. Well, you definitely can see them because you invented them when you made Codius. You see how funny all this is for me? I'm not going to be shocked. I'm not going to have the show when micropayments comes in. I'll be like, okay, everybody, check it out. We have micropayments. Please, more viewers, come to the channel. I mean, I'm not going to do that because I'll be like, it took them long enough to admit it. But if you're on my channel, you already know we've got micropayments that are all ready to go, smart contracts all ready to go, offline uh, payment stuff all ready to go. It's not a mystery to us. I'm showing you what these other people using the gematria and all this shit. I'm showing you right now the stuff. I don't need to speak in code. People that speak in code, it's all a game. You got it? Next, under features, it's secure. State of the art sandboxing means contracts are isolated from the host and from each other. Built-in crypto. We built some of the tricky crypto like threshold signatures so you don't have to. Now, this is starting to get a little techie. When it starts talking about here, polyglot. Codius default language is JavaScript, but it supports C, C++, Python, and more. Now, I've been reading into some of this code language stuff, and one of the things they're probably, they can't include all of it, but one of it's like JSON. That's another kind of a language type of tech that they're using. Look, I looked up a lot of this stuff. I'm not trying to study all and know it all because I don't give a fuck. I'm just trying to get paid and make millions, and that's it. I'm not trying to be a programmer. I'm not trying to understand all this shit. I'm not, because I don't give a fuck. When I see money, that's the only thing I need to know. All right. Next section, here to stay. Codius is used by Ripple Labs for banking, and enterprise integrations. That means it's going to be used in everything, okay? Next says connected. Codius can talk to anything connected to the internet. Are you hearing me? What I'm showing you here, this is just a very, very basic show this morning, nothing technical. What I'm showing you is Codius can talk to anything connected to the internet. That's why when I said when they hook up artificial intelligence to this, oh man, somebody stop me. All right. It's going to be crazy. Codius can talk to anything connected to the internet. That's what I'm trying to reiterate over and over. Codius is like the brains of the whole internet and the globe and the world. And especially when you attach artificial intelligence to this, oh my God, you already know it's running the world. Okay. Codius is dealing with smart contracts, oracles, smart oracles to facilitate movement and facilitate information movement, value movement across the whole globe. And it's going to facilitate. Now imagine movement, stock markets, home sales, like any kind of movements you can think of. Auctions, when you have auctions in the real world, legal proceedings, business, law, everything's going to, Codius can talk to anything connected to the internet. Are you hearing that? That's basically, in a nutshell, what Codius is. Frank, thanks for that donation. Appreciate that. U.S. Patent 10 B2. You got that right, Hulk. It says MKP. You need to copyright when I see money. That's all I need to know. Syrian Marshall's like, oh my God, that's so cool. Later's legend. Adios, 1970s legend. Mhm. Good to see everyone tonight. Hulk just froze. Well, well, well. You can only speak so much truth, and then they have to shut it down. Next slide. So go to my video section. If you want to follow along on a video or look at it later, now I'm going to go to the video. It says video 2, June 26th. Oh, I messed up on the date on this one show. I put June 27th. It's like tomorrow. So I'm already in the future already. June, I don't have my glasses on, so numbers are kind of jumbling. June, video number 2, June 26th. So that's where I'm at now. Let's look at that one. Standardized cloud hosting. Okay. Now, they start talking about cloud hosting. I've shown you already, Amazon's cloud is a Ripple partner. Amazon's page for the cloud does a whole damn page and case study on Ripple. Okay. So that's where this was going in 2015. They've already had it. Amazon just kind of announced that Ripple's using their cloud, and other companies are using Amazon's cloud as well. We found out this probably a couple of years ago, but remember, it was already done about 8 years ago. As developers today, so this particular this web page that I'm showing you here on Codius, I think it was more designed for developers to understand rather than the average person. And when this web page was made, it was made for developers, not us. So I'm reading it to you. It's for developers so they get it and it's in their world, but this really isn't for like common people. So that's why I'm reading this off the way that I am. As developers today, we have countless options for cloud hosting providers. However, each offers a different environment, a different configuration process, and most annoyingly, every service requires a new account and has its own billing setup. What if there was a standardized hosting protocol like Codius that enables developers to deploy their code to multiple hosts in seconds, even without a dedicated ops team? Here's what Codius does. Codius standardizes both the execution environment and billing so that deploying code to any number of hosts requires negligible time and effort. So Codius helps things work. It almost acts on its own. Like I said, when Codius teams up with artificial intelligence fully, this thing is going to be a force to be reckoned with, okay? This will run the world. That's the difference. Hey, Bitcoin's great. Back in 2008, it was, it did whatever it had to do. In 2014, Ethereum, I did a show on Ethereum. You should check it out, everybody. I already proved Ethereum's a total security. Go watch my show from last night. You're going to love it. You know what? Nobody else has done a show like that except this channel. I broke down into pieces the original Ethereum web page, 2014, only almost 10 years ago. Not a big deal, right? I got the web page where they sold 60,209,000 or whatever it was Ethereum. They sold the Ethereum and they told you they're selling it so they can help improve the system. Well, that's a security. But of course, the judge doesn't see that. Of course, the Department of Justice doesn't see that. Of course, the FBI doesn't see that. Of course, the Attorney General, on and on and on and on and on. They don't ever see any of that. Okay. That's the reality part of this show. I don't talk about the Ripple trial every day. It's fake. It's a fake trial. If you know anything about my channel, you can clearly see it's a fake trial. Now, back to Codius. So, Codius is an open source platform that can be adopted. So, Codius is a platform and it can be adopted by new and existing hosting providers. It is the next step in the evolutionary chain from bare metal to virtual machine based cloud hosting to services and tools like Heroku and Docker that reduce the complexity of deploying to varied environments. Codius makes hosting so simple that programs can even pay for themselves on the same host or others. Welcome to the world of smart programs. Okay, so I mentioned Ethereum a couple seconds earlier. It's a smart contract, a very poor smart contract, but a smart contract nonetheless. Okay. Ethereum, we're going to find out tonight in tonight's show. The Ethereum project helped Ripple create, well, I don't know if they helped them. They didn't really, they brought some well, okay, let's just say that. I'll give Ethereum, I got to give Ethereum something. I can't bash it too much all the time. Let's say Ethereum had a part in Ripple at all, in Ripple with other people creating the Codius implementation. All right. So it's a platform and it allows developers to move freely across. It allows different smart contracts to be used in ways quickly, trusted, and all that. I'm not, now we're starting to delve in an area that's not my area of specialty. So I'm going to back up from the technical aspect because I'm not trying to study it. I'm definitely not interested at all. Okay. I'm just interested in getting paid off crypto. So that's why I'm reporting all this. So let's go. What Codius is, it's a smart program. If you look at the top of the page of when I first start off, see, Ethereum's great. It's a smart contract. All right, great, got it. But it doesn't have all the, okay, let's say this. It's not able to translate between different programs. You have to speak a certain language or Ethereum doesn't get it, okay? What Codius is, it's like it uses code from native. Google worked with a company called Native Client, so they have like a sandbox of trusted codes. And Ethereum can only speak, from what I understand, a certain type of language, whereas the Codius can interact freely and move and do all these things because it's got oracles and smart oracles, and it's going to have artificial intelligence. It probably already does right now at this point, and it's going to run the world. It's almost like it's its own entity doing things, whereas Ethereum is a smart contract, but it's not that smart. Codius is smart, all right? That's why we're going over it on the show. I'm on the third page, so if you go to my video section, and I've got very bad spelling. Let me see if I can edit this. There. Now it's video 3 with the V. Let me back up and go to here. Let me change something. Okay. My video says video 3, June 26. Go to that one. That's where we're going to go next. Let me check the comments here real quick. Oh, Jeremy, thank you very much for your donation. Greatly appreciated. Unbelievable how Hulk uncovers this life changing information. And it's exactly that, life changing. Thanks, Hulk. You're the only show we need. Appreciate that. But my job is to show you. Um, I try to dig deep. All right. Now look, I can barely use this sucker. This is like a computer. The only thing I need to know, look, this phone allows me to run this channel. Okay. So this phone makes me money. I don't need to know everything about this phone. I don't need to know how the programming shit works. You know, I need to know how to turn the motherfucker on, hit the video buttons, record shit, send it to YouTube. See, that's all I need to know. If this phone does so much shit, I have no idea how to do 99% of the stuff that's on this phone. Okay. You know what? I don't care. What I do care about is I have one of the best fucking YouTube channels on the planet. Okay. That's what I do know. And it's because of this phone. Do I know how this phone works? No, I don't. Do I know how to get this phone to make me money? Yes, I do. Can this phone help make you rich? Yes, it can. Because I use it to record shit to show you so that you see what's exactly going on, so that you know the origins of all these things that are going on. This phone that I use teaches you things nobody else on the internet knows. And if they do know, there's very like 1/2 of 1% of 1% of people know things. So that's how I use this phone. I don't even know 99% of what it does. I probably know an eighth of an eighth of an eighth what this phone does. That's all I need to, because as long as it runs my channel, it's all I need to know, right? So Meatballs, like, agreed. Best channel on YT. Exactly. Let's go to the third video, number 3 that I made. This is showing the decentralized application layer of Codius. Let's get into this just a little bit before I lose my fucking mind. Bitcoin, Bitcoin and Ripple, among others. Do you notice how in all of this Codius, Ethereum is not even mentioned? Not even mentioned. We're going to get into the white paper tonight. The white paper is the full breakdown of Codius. And Bitcoin's mentioned in there at least once, twice, or thrice. Ethereum, not at all. There's a reason for that. I don't know the reason. If it was so important, they'd put it in there, wouldn't they? They put Ethereum in at the very end. The very end. But you'll see why. Bitcoin and Ripple, among others, they are decentralized ledgers that enable efficient value transfers. Well, I don't know about efficient, but okay. And trustworthy storage, because they are secure even in the face of actively malicious attackers. These systems are distributed, massively redundant, and fault-tolerant databases. If we want to create secure, distributed applications that can interact with different distributed databases, we need an easy way to deploy our code to multiple hosts. Okay, so here again, let me read this sentence again because I'm trying to show you what Codius is or what it does. If you want to create secure distributed applications, which I'm not, because I'm not a coder or whatever, right? But let's just say if I wanted to create secure distributed applications or apps that can interact with different distributed databases, we need an easy way to deploy code to multiple hosts. This is where Codius comes in, because it enables you. Codius enables people, developers, programmers, whatever you want to call it. Codius enables creating secure applications that can communicate to each other. That's basically what Codius does. All right. Ethereum can't do that fucking shit. Nobody can do that shit. You got it? So that's why Codius, Codius is so important because Codius creates secure, distributed apps that can interact with different databases. Okay. And it makes it easy. That's what Codius does. Nothing else does that. So yes, you're going to have your Bitcoin platform, great, and your little Bitcoins, and you're going to have your Polygon, and you're going to have this. You're going to have all that shit's great, wonderful. Have a fucking party, okay? But what you don't have is Codius that secures and it creates secure distributed apps that can interact with different data. Nobody has that. Okay, that's where Codius comes in. Codius is the application layer for the decentralized web. Codius is the application layer for the decentralized web. Programs running on Codius can interact with one another, as well as distributed databases such as Ripple and Bitcoin, and all other web services and APIs. Oh my God. That's what this is. It's an application layer that allows all kinds of platforms to interact and talk to each other, and it facilitates movement and transmission of information and value. That's what it is. XR Pure Blood. I'm here, Hulk, just listening. I have a hard time hearing your message when I am reading chat. Yes, because all you can do is one thing at a time. You can either read all the chit chat or you can listen to the show. But you can't do both unless you're asking me a specific question on the chat. Then you can, but what I'm not getting into the top chat though. Hi, Hulk and his phone. Eric Goldsmith is saying hello to the phone. Wade T. Wade, thank you very much for that donation. I appreciate that. Ed Doxy. Thanks, Hulk. Bravo. Bravo. Ether was and still an accident. Every now and then, a blind squirrel finds a nut. Oh my God. Oh my God, that's a good one. New investor isn't just a new investor. Oh, that's fucking brilliant. Hoo-wee. Okay, let me take a snapshot. Now I'm gonna take, okay, I'll just make it a video. Hold on there, buddy. So here we have smart contracts platform. And notice it's 2015. I've got 2 more videos to send you. Hold on a minute. I'm loading one of them. So here we have smart right now. Hold on. We're having a little commercial break right now. And this is just like the intro of what is Codius. Now tonight's show, video 4. Hold on, I can't do 2 things at once. So there's video 4. And let me get this sent. Okay, video 4 should be up. And there's 5. Let me get this last one made. Video 5. Start. And then let me scroll down. There we go. 2015. Okay, hold on a second. Then I'll be all done with sending the videos. Commercial's almost over. Okay, all the videos are posted. The next video we're going to do, it's titled Video 4, June 26, 2023. I'm going to take a look at it right now. 2, 3, video 4. Okay. It shows smart contracts platform. Smart contracts are programs that encode logic. So a smart contract is a program and you put logic into it and then shoof, send it off, right? It puts conditions, outcomes of agreements, and automatically carry out the specified terms. So a smart contract is a type of program where you say, if this happens on this day and time, then this after that will happen. Okay. So if this person pays me this much money on this such day, then we will transfer this over to that. That's kind of like what a smart contract is. All right. Translating agreements to code is relatively straightforward, but the code, which is a smart contract, which is like Ethereum, a smart contract, must be executed in a way that all parties can trust. That's the difference. You can have anybody can make a smart contract. Well, not me, because I got fat fingers when it comes to doing that shit. But in the developing world, people that know this shit, you can get a fucking chimpanzee to make a smart contract, okay? Like I said, I can't compete with that with that chimpanzee in the tech world. That's not my area of specialty. Those of you that are watching my show that understand tech, congrats, because this guy is not ever going to and doesn't ever want to. So, translating agreements to code is relatively straightforward if you're a fucking tech person, okay? But the code must then be executed in a way that all parties can trust. That's where Codius comes in. Codius is a platform for securely executing smart contracts and other types of smart programs. Oh, Crypto Hulk. Now we're getting somewhere. Let me repeat. Codius is a platform for securely executing smart contracts. So there you go. That's the difference between having an Ethereum smart contract than having Codius. Codius is a Ethereum is a smart contract, but Codius is the platform that allows Ethereum to do what it does. It's Ethereum's daddy. Okay, there you go. Smart contracts run on Codius. Okay, so smart contracts that run on Codius can do what? They can hold assets in one or multiple math-based distributed ledgers. Oh, such as Bitcoin and Ripple. Smart contracts that run on Codius can collect information from any source connected to the internet. Smart contracts that run on Codius can be written in standard programming languages. Okay, Crypto Hulk, you're kind of losing me a little. Uh, Trust me, this is difficult for me. So, Codius is a platform that allows smart contracts to work. Okay. In the future, everything's going to be a smart contract with tokenized whatever it is. Okay. Things from the real world becoming tokenized, whatever those things might be. Law, contract agreements, fucking race horses, whatever the fuck is going to be tokenized in the future. Anything you can imagine. A smart contract will help deliver or send or whatever it's going to be. That's where Codius comes in to facilitate all of this. It's great to have an Ethereum, whatever. Okay, it's great. You got one Ether or whatever, 10,000, great. But you don't have a smart contract platform that allows your asset to be on different platforms. Your smart contract Ethereum cannot collect information from any source connected to the internet. Your smart contract's not that smart, okay? And also, your smart contract has to be written in a certain language or the smart contract can't get it and can't understand. That's where Codius comes in with oracles and smart oracles and takes over everything, okay? You're gonna, without Codius, nothing runs. Now it may run, but you're gonna have to use other things like Ethereum virtual machines and all this dumb shit that just it doesn't cost, it's just not gonna work. It's too slow. You got to use specific languages, and that, no, Codius is like the equalizer. It says, depending on the security model required for a particular smart contract, the contracting parties can select the host or group of hosts they trust. A large number of hosts can be used to add more redundancy and thus security to the contract's execution, the smart contract's execution, and to ensure that the terms are carried out exactly as specified. Smart contracts are not directly legally enforceable. However, smart contracts could be created alongside corresponding traditional contracts that can provide a legal backing or fallback. I'm going to leave this page. You already have it, so you can study it more yourself. But Codius basically allows everything to run. The last page, we're going to go here, and then we're done. Where are we at as far as time? Ooh, damn, 53 minutes. Okay. Hulk, great show. Just became a member. What's your opinion on which cryptos will keep pump and won't look back? Keep watching the show because that's going to take time to explain that one, and it's off subject. Getting started with Codius. This part will be very quick because this page will be over in like about a minute or something. So this page here again, we're not seeing, okay, it's from 2015. It says getting started with Codius. Underneath that, it says Codius has four main components: sandbox, engine, host, and then CLI. Now, if I click on sandbox, I'll wait here for something to load. When I click on sandbox, it takes me back to a page that's 9 years ago. Codius Sandbox. Codius Sandbox is a small C++ library and node module that uses seccomp to execute untrusted code in a secure sandbox. In the same vein of user mode Linux, native client, and others. Okay, I'm not going to get into this. It starts showing computer programming language stuff, which is well above my pay grade. I'm not going to be copying, pasting all this shit. What Codius does is right now what happens is if you don't speak English, I don't understand you. And if you're Spanish and you don't speak English, we're going to have a problem, right? That's the problem right now with smart contracts is that somebody has got like an Ethereum, but if you don't speak Ethereum's language, it doesn't fucking understand you. Okay. So everybody would have to use Ethereum to get it. All right. Or if you aren't speaking the Bitcoin language, if you aren't speaking the sushi swap language, if you aren't speaking mana or whatever it is. So the problem with Ethereum is they want everybody to use their programming language. They want everybody to have to follow their protocols for it to work. That's why they try to have the Ethereum free pass and like force everybody to kind of use Ethereum. And although I do admire the people the channels that have done a lot of research to come up with the Ethereum free pass and all these things, Ethereum tried to create a monopoly. They had government help. Look, this never would have worked anyway. All right. Because Codius. What the Ethereum was, I'm just letting you know what it is. It's a way for these early investors, which I already showed you last night. I broke it all down, how it works. You get all your buddies in the beginning. You buy this Ethereum shit. By the time the rest of the world finds out, the price skyrockets and all the original people sell off, make millions and billions and go, ha, because they're already invested in Ripple to begin with. Okay. People that don't watch my show, they don't get it. Like when I first started watching YouTube, there's this guy with the initials K and then C. I won't mention his name. And he's like a real like fast talker. He was kind of a fast talker back then, but he was like totally into Ethereum and everything when I was brand new. Because I remember hearing him talking all kinds of good stuff. Oh yeah, Ethereum's just a massive project and and it's a pile of shit. But everybody's got to make a living on YouTube, right? So what we got here is Codius has like a sandbox of codes. And it has Google's native client. Well, Google and the native client kind of merged. So they have this translation kind of safe space going on where you don't need to speak Ethereum language. Okay, that's kind of what Codius is like the brains. It can look at things, determine what's right and wrong, send something back, facilitate that. Whereas all that Ethereum is a specific language for a smart contract. It doesn't have oracles, and if it does, it doesn't have smart oracles. So it's going to need some bigger kind of outside intelligence to help it. Whereas Codius is all that you need. So I'm not going to get into the 4 components of Codius. I just touched on Sandbox just a little. Minimum requirements. Codius has a minimal set of external dependencies to be built and installed. Linux is the only thing that I can recognize. Next, if you were lucky enough back in the day, you could install Codius. Imagine this. Like, how cool is this? Like, I'm looking at, okay, I'm going to click on it and just see what the fuck happens. If I could load Codius, I would shit my pants. But this was a website again for developers. Oh, we have a lot of stuff here. NPN. Oh, how cool. Okay, you know what? Fuck it. I'll show you a video. I'm kind of running a little bit over time, but that's okay. I want to show you. So when you click on download Codius, this little thing kind of pops up. And I think the page kind of switched or something, like there was like a glitch and something happened. But this is just like a little bit of what you see. And I have another page of this where it goes really crazy into programming language. Like you could literally probably, if you like copied this shit, you would probably have Codius. So here, what they're showing us, I'm scrolling through a little. There you go. This will be the last video. I think it's pretty cool. I want to show you this. Download Codius. Give me a second. So back in the old days, you could actually download Codius yourself. That's like, I'm shocked. And now I'm sure Codius is on total lockdown and you can't get it unless Ripple tells. But what I'm showing you here is something very, now this is kind of awesome to me. I'm not a tech guy, obviously. I'm more of a researcher, if anything. Let me get this on the channel here. It should be up and going in about 15 seconds. So this is for these very tech people that watch my channel, which there probably won't be too many. What you're looking at here is, in the old days, about 9 years ago or something, you could actually download Codius yourself on your computer. I'm like, fuck, that would be awesome, right? And then I wish I had the page where I could download the Ripple wallet and have access to the Ripple on and off ramps. Like, oh my God, that'd be so fucking cool. Here, what we got is Codius. It's from a company called NPM. Nancy Paul Mary is the initials. And I'm not going to get into clicking on all this because this stuff works. I could click on NPM private module, but I'm not doing that shit right now. I'm just kind of trying to show you a basic. And they talk about a 32-bit and then LIBC. Like, I don't know what all this stuff is. But in the old days, you could use this to run Codius. I mean, it's well above what I even understand, but I just thought that was very cool to show you right there. So yeah, let me get back to the page I was on. So yeah, you could install Codius yourself, and it says for instructions to install the Codius command line interface. So that's what I just showed you. And that'll be pretty much it for this morning on Codius. Let me check some comments. Not as if got the computer working. Don't know how they would be sure. Smash the like button. They didn't get a notice. Okay, you're never gonna probably get a notice from my show. So what you have to do, Jerry Felix. Thanks, Jerry, for that donation. Appreciate that. Is I have a second YouTube. Let me tell you what that is. It's called the Crypto Hulk -3. So if you go on YouTube and type in the Crypto Hulk -3, I try to, when I post a show on my channel now, I go to my other YouTube channel and post it, so then you'll get notified. Because this platform sucks pretty much, and they won't let you know when my show starts because they're afraid that my show will take over YouTube, and they can't have that. So yeah. Okay, I think that'll do it. So Ethereum is like a walled garden. In a way, see, but Ethereum's just a smart contract program. What Codius is a it's an implementation to bring communication to all of crypto to where we just don't have to speak one language, okay? It allows, like I said, Ethereum to speak Ethereum to PancakeSwap. And then if you've got Stellar, you can talk to Cardano and have, if you do this, then that will happen. Like it facilitates what's going to happen. It speaks lots of languages and it has intelligence, is what Codius is. All cryptos platforms can be built and utilized around Codius. It'll help facilitate communications with all these different ones. Ethereum can't do that. Nothing comes close. That's why this is the master platform of them all. You'll probably have the XRP ledger, and then on top of that comes Codius or whatever. Then that's where everything's built on top of, because Codius is like the brains. Okay, so that's kind of like from what I understand. Now, tonight's show, we're going to end this one, but tonight's show, we're going to get in deep about like what is Codius, and it's going to be easy to understand. I already got the show. I got my notes right here, all professionally done on paper. Yeah, I didn't even think about using a computer. I'm going to take it back to paper. So I got the show all ready for Codius. We're going over the white paper. I'm going to break down what it is, what's so important about it, and that kind of stuff. And then we're going to get into who helped Ripple make Codius. That'll be at the very end. You're going to be surprised. Ethereum helped Ripple make this. Just going to let you know that. Because Ethereum, like I said, they don't have the technology to do all this. Ethereum's just a smart contract. It's nothing more. Codius is the brains of the future that will be driving every project. Ethereum is a project. Ethereum is the project. That's really the difference. Get it? Codius is like the early days of computers when you had to type commands. Then we had Windows, visual interface. All the code written behind buttons. Great show, Hulk. And I'll leave it at that. Thanks for showing up and learning. In about 11 or 10 and a half hours from now, I'll have my next show.